All right, let's go. Side 1A, an unexpected rescue. We're going to shuffle our starting hand into our deck. We're going to prepare our captured deck. I'll show you what that means in a minute. We're going to add 2 resources to our starting hero, singular. We're going to set our threat to that hero's threat. We're going to set aside the Southern Gate, Jailer Gornok, and the Agmar Orc encounter set. And then we're going to draw a opening hand of 3 cards. Okay, so let's set those cards out of play. There's the 2 encounter cards. There's the encounter set that we don't shuffle in right away. And now we got our captured deck, which is all items, artifacts, mounts, allies. Those all get captured. And then we're also going to capture 2 of our heroes. So I flipped them face down so you guys can't see who they are. Let's pick one at random. I guess it's that one. So that one gets shuffled in. And then the other hero is going to get placed on top of the deck. If you rescue a hero, that hero comes into play, ready, and then it starts collecting resources the following resource phase. And the way you rescue cards is if you kill an enemy or explore a location or a quest card that has capture cards under it, those cards come into your hand and then you can play them. Sometimes you get to put them in for free. Our starting hero is Treebeard, 13 threat, 2, 3, 3, 5. He cannot have restricted attachments. He's unique. He's an Ent. And then you can damage Treebeard to give him +1 willpower and attack. Limit 5 times per phase. He's a big, powerful hero, folks, and he's a great one for this quest because you need some good willpower at the start of the game, and also his high starting threat, he's the only one contributing threat at the start of the game, so it's nice to start with a big hero like this. You don't really take the ding from having a big, expensive hero in your hero lineup. So I have packed a lot of healing into this deck. I have packed a ton of card draw into my actual deck that I'll be drawing, and I also put in some victory display stuff. And yeah, it's going to be a real fun quest. I think we're going to have a good game here. All right, so we have done everything here, except I need to draw my opening hand of 3 cards. So we got some card draw, Love of Tales, and Resourceful. So Resourceful gets you a resource, and it only costs 1 because it has Secrecy 3. All right, side 1B, each player creates their own staging area and advances to 2A. So here's 2A. It has Capture 7, and then we're going to search the encounter deck for Prison Cell and reveal it. We're going to put it in the staging area. Then we're going to put 2 additional cards from our captured deck under Prison Cell. I had already pulled Prison Cell out because I knew I was going to have to do that. And then we're going to take the top 7 cards. One of those is the hero, where I'm going to give them a shuffle because we actually, when we rescue these cards, you do it at random. So I'm just going to give it a shuffle. Anytime players would place progress tokens on this quest, rescue an equal number of capture cards at random from underneath it instead. Progress is placed on the active location first. If there are no captured cards underneath Gorgok's dungeons, join another player at the beginning of the travel phase. If you cannot join them, we're going to advance to 3A. So we got the 7 cards under there randomly. And now let's take a look at the Prison Cell. It gets an additional card thanks to the text, so it actually has Capture 3. And then it's a 1 threat, 3 progress response. After we travel to it, we get to look at the 3 cards underneath, and we choose one to put into play, and then we put the other cards back underneath Prison Cell. All right, let's start the game. So we get 1 more resource and 1 more card, another Daron's Runes. Crud. I was hoping for a different card draw, so I'm kind of nervous about what cards I might have to discard. Okay, well, I don't need 2 Love of Tales. Love of Tales, you exhaust after playing a song card, and you generate a resource. It's limit 1 per character. Limit 1 per hero. All right, let's spend 2 resources and put in 2 Resourcefuls. So I got some money-making cards there, so I don't need all my Love of Tales. I was hoping to get on my heroes. So now I'm going to be generating 3 resources every round. And let's just commit to the quest. So I'm sending 2. We're up against 1. And we reveal Interrogation. When revealed, each player discards the top card of his captured deck, and I raise my threat by that printed cost. Not great, because I was hoping to stay in secrecy for a while, so hopefully this doesn't cost too much. Oh, crud. Okay, it costs 4. It's just a bummer. Like, I'm not going to lose because of this, but it does kick me out of secrecy a lot faster because I'm going to go into the next round at 18 now. So I make 1 whole progress. I would love to make some more to potentially find my hero. So I'm going to damage Treebeard by 2 to increase his willpower by 2, and we're going to rescue 3 of the 7 cards. So I basically have a 50% chance here to see if I get my hero. The cards I rescued are a Mirkwood Runner, okay, a Rivendell Minstrel, she helps me find some songs, and hey, look, it's Bob Raphael. Bet you weren't expecting that. Yep, Bob Raphael. So this is supposed to be Raphael, but my buddy liked it when I called her Bob Raphael, and he dressed as her as cosplay at Con of the Rings one year. So he made me a custom card. Thank you, Splice. But she's pretty awesome. If the active location shares a trait with a location in the victory display, she's going to get +2 willpower. And then if the attacking enemy shares a trait with an enemy in the victory display, she's going to get +2 defense. So that's pretty great. And she starts with a 2, 1, 2, 3 stat line. So as long as we can get some cards in the victory display, she'll be boosted and we can have some fun. All right, let's continue the game. So we're going to travel to this prison cell, and we get to look at the 3 cards underneath and put one into play. So let's take a peek at the 3 cards underneath. We have Athelian Lookout, a Gondorian Shield, and another Gondorian Shield. So we will play the Athelian Lookout, and we get to look out at the top card. It's a Treachery, the Captives of Gordnock, and it says each player chooses one ally and captures it underneath the encounter card with the highest threat. So I'm going to lose that lookout, even though I just played it. Okay, so I do make a mistake here. As you can see, I didn't put the shields back underneath the prison cell. I realized that mistake in a minute. I have them in my hand, and this will lead to another mistake because I play Daron's Runes, and I draw 2 cards, which are both card draw, and then I discard a Gondorian Shield. And then later, when I remember that I'm supposed to have not had those Gondorian Shields in hand, I forget to discard a different card instead. Trust me, it's not going to matter. Okay, so I'm going to play a Love of Tales. So now I can play a song basically for free. As long as I have the resource to start with, I get the resource right back. And then here's where I kind of realized everything went wrong. So I started to play the Minstrel, and then I realized, hey, I shouldn't have those Gondorian Shields. So I put them underneath the prison cell to be captured, and I'm going to try to rescue them later. And now I'm going to put the Rivendell Minstrel into play. I've already paid for her. And then she lets me search my deck for a song. And I want to find the Song of Battle, because I know I have those shields coming, and I want to be able to pay for them. So there we go. I found the Song of Battle. And now I'll give my deck a shuffle. And yeah, I got some good willpower, but I'm going to lose one of my allies. So I'm just going to quest with the Athelian Lookout, even though it really doesn't matter because he's going to immediately get captured and his willpower is going to go away. But let's just pretend we didn't know that. So there we go. I'm questing for 7. Nope, 6. So we're going to put the Athelian Lookout right back underneath the prison cell where I found him the first time. And then as long as we're in secrecy, I can put him into play for 1 resource. So a lot better to have him captured than the Rivendell Minstrel. All right, so I do make 6 progress. So we're going to clear the prison cell. I get all those cards in hand. And then we're going to place 3 progress on the quest, which means I rescue 3 more cards. Maybe our hero is one of them that we're missing. Okay, nope, we got Gildor and Glorian, some Ent Draft, and another copy of Gildor. Okay. All right, so we are going to go into the next round. I will be at 19 threat, so I have 1 more round of secrecy. So let's see if I draw any secrecy cards. I do get a bunch of resources every round, though. Okay, this is not a secrecy card. It's none return. It lets me add some cards to the victory display, which helps power up Bob Raphael there. All right, looking at my hand. Yep, so since I'm in secrecy, let's do Athelian Lookout for 1. I get to peek at the top card. If it's an enemy, I can discard it. It's not an enemy, it's just a 3 threat location, so that's good to know I'm questing against that. No big deal. And since I won't be in secrecy once I travel to that location, I might as well just plan on getting out of it right now. So Doom 2 to draw 2 cards. And I draw another song and another Love of Tales, which is really good because that was my 3rd one. So I can put that on Bob Raphael. And so now when I play a song, I actually gain a resource. So I get to spend a resource. I trigger 2 Love of Tales. So I get the resource right back. And then one of the heroes gains a resource. So now Treebeard is getting quite the stack of attachments on him. He has the Tactics and Spirit icons, and now I can play an Ent Draft on him that's not restricted. He has +2 hit points, which is really good. I just need to find some healing, and then Treebeard can do a lot every round. I have enough resources to put Gildor and Glorian into play, so he can quest for 3, defend for 3. He's awesome. What he can also do is be exhausted, and you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and you can swap one of those for a card in your hand, and then put the other cards back in any order. Really cool. All right, so I'm questing for just enough to be even with the location I revealed. It captured some cards, and now I'm going to trigger Gildor's ability. But as you can see, I have a Mithrandir's Advice, which draws me 2 cards, so it really doesn't matter what I do with these 2 cards that I found. I'm going to be drawing all these cards anyway. So next round, Mithrandir's Advice is drawn. I'm going to spend a resource and draw the 2 cards that were underneath it. One of them was a card that was in my hand because I had to swap it out. So there we go. And I'm glad to see that Out of the Wild. I just wish I was in Secrecy, because Out of the Wild only costs 1 if you're in Secrecy. All right, I played a song, so I gained a resource. That feels really cool to do that. Now I need to decide what to do with all these resources. I'm in no hurry at all. So let's play another Mithrandir's Advice and draw 2 cards. 2 cards I draw are another Non-Return and another Resourceful. I'm going to spend 3 resources and do Out of the Wild. So what you get to do is you get to look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck, and you get to add 1 to the victory display. Out of the Wild also gets added to the victory display. Here's 2 treacheries. So one of these treacheries is going to go, I think it's going to be the one that damages exhausted characters. Yeah, I don't want that to happen because I have that 1 hit point minstrel who quests for 2. So let's get rid of one of those from this very thin encounter deck. So hopefully I don't have to worry about that treachery anymore. Getting rid of treacheries in this game is really good because that deck is so small. Okay, we reveal... Ah, crap. Okay, it's the other copy. So I do lose my minstrel. I felt pretty safe sending her on the quest. But she does die, and Bob Rasael there also takes a damage. So that gives my willpower a hit. I only quest for 2, but it's enough to clear that active location. So I do rescue a couple cards. Neither of them are the hero, but I did get Henemarth. So now that I have Henemarth, this quest went from easy to super easy. All right, once again, doing Gildor's thing, but as you can see, I have a way to draw 2 cards. So it really doesn't matter what type of switcheroo I'm doing here. I'm going to be drawing those cards anyway. What I'm looking for is Keena's Lances. Keena's Lances is what I really want to find. So Daron's Runes, and then I will discard that Gildor. I did draw another song, so I get to gain a resource by playing the song, so I will do that. And then now both of my heroes have the Spirit and Tactics icons, so that's pretty cool. And then, yeah, let's play Self-Preservation. So exhaust it, and then you heal 2 damage on the attached hero. It's not restricted, so Treebeard is able to use that. It's also not restricted to 1 per hero, so that's nice as well. All right, now that Henemarth's in play, I can exhaust him and take a peek at the top card. And I feel very safe that he's not going to get killed by a deal of damage to an exhausted character. And it's just a 1-threat enemy. So yeah, this encounter deck is very easy to play against once you get going. It couldn't be too hard, because if you're only starting with 1 hero, obviously that is a lot harder to play against. But once your deck gets moving, it's no problem. So I just sent a lookout. Look out! So I quested for 1 against 1, and then Treebeard's going to defend. Hey, there goes a copy of that treachery. And then I have enough attack left to kill this guy. And then whatever card this is, it gets to go into play for free thanks to the ability, and it's a nice 3-cost ally. Man, you can have some real fun with your decks when you play this quest. That's why I like it. Let's not forget, I had none return, so I can spend a resource, and now I'm going to add that enemy to the victory display along with none return. So I now have 4 cards with no victory points in the victory display. And there we go. I get Keena's Lances. So reduce the cost to play it by 1 for every card worth no victory points in the victory display. And I get to choose. I can add 2 resources. I can draw 3 cards, or I can reduce my threat by 4. Unfortunately, dropping it by 4 will not get me into Secrecy. Let's take a peek with Henemarth. It's just a 2-threat enemy. That is not very strong, so I don't need to worry about that. We're going to spend 1 resource and add Kina's Lances to the victory display, and I'm going to use it to draw 3 cards. So let's see what we get. And we get, okay, my other 2 copies of Kina's Lances and my 1 copy of Unexpected Courage. So I'm going to spend those 2 Kina's Lances to drop my threat by 8. Yep, just casually dropping my threat by 8. And then that will actually put me back in secrecy. I just assumed I was never going to be in secrecy again, but turns out it worked out. So Athelian Lookout is coming into play for 1, and he is not going to look out. He's going to let that enemy stay there. And then Treebeard is going to get some courage. That's not restricted. He has grown into a very tall tree, and he can now ready, and he can heal, and he's got extra hit points, and he's doing all the things. So I got a fully locked and loaded Treebeard. Okay, so with no hurry, I am going to just send Treebeard for 2, revealing 2 threat. Man, having Henemarth just feels like cheating when I know exactly what to send on the quest. So I don't make any progress on purpose, so I can build up for 1 more round to make the final stage even easier than it already is. Let's engage this guy. He gets a shadow, Treebeard can ready, and then since he is a goblin, since he's an orc, Rasael could defend for 2 more, but I'll just defend with Treebeard. No damage there, and then I have plenty of characters who can swing back and kill this guy, and let's see if we found our other hero captured underneath. Nope, we found Quickbeam. Alright, so we're just about to end the round. Let's see what Gildor sees. Lots of card draw, so it doesn't matter what I do here. I am trying to make this video interesting, folks, but it's just a super easy scenario. I guess the most interesting thing I can say is have fun with your decks. You know, you could make the deck that you're drawing from super small, so you're guaranteed to draw the cards. You could do the same thing with your captured deck. Make that super small, so you're guaranteed to get those cards into your hand. You could do something with the cell that you start with, the location, where you just keep traveling to it over and over and over again with Watchful Peace or something. But overall, this quest, not very hard at all. Alright, so yeah, let's just add another card to the victory display using Out of the Wild, and then we'll give the encounter deck a shuffle, and we will start this round. So let's just keep building our board state, getting more allies in, and what the heck, even a resourceful. So now I got all 3 resourcefuls out, 2 Love Tales. Unfortunately, I've already played all my songs, so there's no more songs to trigger. And we'll probably draw out our deck here in the next turn or 2. So 2 more cards coming. We got that Deep Knowledge and then the shield that I used Gildor to swap into the deck. And we're going to play another Deep Knowledge and draw 2 more cards. And Treebeard like fell over. He's getting too top heavy. All right, another Out of the Wild, and then that is a card that lets you add a location to the victory display. All right, so I definitely have the Tower of Treebeard built. We have Henemarth, so we know what we're up against. And it looks like we're discarding a card and raising our threat. No big deal. That is absolutely no problem. So we're questing against nothing, and we need to make 1 progress. It's a real nail biter. So let's just send 1 Athelian Tracker for 1 willpower, and maybe our mystery missing captured hero is underneath the quest, and we could get him. Aw, man. So there goes one of my 3 Wardens. That's actually a card I'd like to get into play. I'd like to have some healing to heal other characters. Alright, so we are going to advance to stage 3A, but first let's see what we got at Gleowine. Great. Because that's what I need. Card draw. I have 2 cards left. Alright, so 3A, Flight from Mount Graham. We're going to add the Southern Gate and Jailer Gorgnok to the staging area. We're going to shuffle the Agmar Orc encounter set into the encounter deck, and then we're going to reveal a card. So let's do all of that. There's the Agmar Orc encounter set. That's going to get shuffled in. Okay, the Southern Gate. It's a 3 threat, 8 progress, immune. While it's the active location, each orc gets +2 attack. And when it becomes the active location, each player with a threat of less than 35 is going to raise their threat to 35. Then Jailer Gorgnok is a goblin orc, 3, 5, 3, 8. And then after 1 or more captured cards are rescued, he's going to engage the player with the highest threat and make an immediate attack. So we can kill him, though. There's nothing stopping us from killing him right now. So it's best just to kill him and take him out of the game ASAP. So that's what I had to make sure my board state was ready for. Not that he's that terrible, but it's good just to kill him on the same round he comes into play. So now we're going to give the encounter deck a shuffle, and we got to reveal a card. So let's see what we're going to get. The card we get is, all right, a Cruel Torturer. So he has a 36 engagement, so we have nothing to worry about there. He's going to capture a card, and let's advance to stage 3B. 16 progress. The players cannot travel to Southern Gate unless there is at least 16 progress on this stage. The players cannot defeat the stage while the Southern Gate is in play. Once we have cleared the Southern Gate, we have won the game, and you don't even need to kill the big jailer to win. You just need to clear the Southern Gate. All right, his shadow is +1/+2 if attacking somebody with a higher threat. That isn't happening, so he is going to give some damage to Treebeard. Treebeard's going to heal himself. I was just double checking how much I heal there. I temporarily forgot, so I heal for 2. And then Treebeard's ready with Unexpected Courage, and then I can swing in with Bob Rasael, the Athelian Lookout, Gildor, and the Mirkwood Runner, and I have enough to kill the jailer. He has victory points, so he goes into the victory display. And there we go. So took care of him. And now we're going to go into the next round. And all I got to do is muster up enough willpower. I haven't played a lot of willpower. I had that one minstrel, but she got killed. So let's add Quick Beam. He has 2 willpower. This might take me a couple rounds to muster up enough willpower. That's the one thing this deck doesn't do well, because you don't need it to. On stage 1, you just don't need a ton of willpower. You can keep the staging area clear, and you don't want to progress too fast. Okay, Henemarth says we're going to have an Agmar Orc show up, and that's going to make us discard an ally or reveal another card. So of course we're just going to discard an ally. And actually I might as well spend some resources, and I'll put Gleowine in. And since I'm going to be discarding Gleowine, I'll just trigger the ability and draw my final card, which is my second self-preservation. I've been looking for that. All right, so sending maximum willpower, I can muster up a total of 8 right now, which isn't really great. And revealing a 2-threat enemy, Gleowine's going to get discarded, and then I still have to be able to handle that enemy, so I couldn't send all the willpower I wished I could have. But Treebeard can be damaged to boost his willpower, so let's do that. And we're going to boost my willpower up to 11, and we're going to start placing progress. We got to get up to 16. Okay, let's engage the enemy that just was revealed, the Agmar Orc. He is attacking for 2, and Treebeard is ready. Bob Rasael is defending for 5, 1 from the shield, 2 because the enemy attacking shares a trait with an enemy in the victory display. So let's defend for 5 against 2, and we have to capture all of our attachments underneath this guy. Oh, well, that kind of sucks. So now I'm only defending for 4. But if I kill this guy, I actually get all those attachments back into my hand, which, funny enough, will actually be pretty easy to replay back, and I get resources for doing so because there's a couple songs. Okay, so let's swing back and kill this dude. I don't need to damage Treebeard. I can just straight up kill him. And then, yeah, I could play a None Return, but why? Why? I don't have any other reason to get this card into the victory display. I've already played my Keen as Lances, so let's get all these attachments back, and then we will just go into the next round. So here we are, next round. Let's play this Love of Tales. Let's play this song for free and generate a resource. Let's spend a Tactics resource to put in the Gondorian Shield. So we've almost got all the attachments back in play. I don't need that resourceful. And let's play a second self-preservation. So now Treebeard can heal 4 per round, which is absolutely insane. Obviously, that's like ideal. So Treebeard is an absolute beast because he can ready, he can heal 4, so he could pretty much handle this scenario single-handedly. He could quest for 7. All right, so let's see. We got another Cruel Torturer coming out, so that's a 2-threat enemy. I'm sending 10 at the moment. We reveal the Torturer. He snags a card underneath him, and then I can damage Treebeard to increase my willpower a little more, and we are almost there. We're going to be at 11 out of 16, so we should be able to make enough progress next round to travel to that Southern Gate. Let's go into the combat phase. So Bob Rasael is ready for this happy little orc to try to stab him in his happy little face, but Bob Rosael can handle this attack no problem with his boosted defense. And then Treebeard is ready, so he can attack for 3. And then I'm going to do a little bit of damage to him so I can adjust his attack for enough to kill this guy. I'm just reading the text, make sure I didn't forget anything there. I did not. And the card coming back into my hand is Dory. Okay, so I have rescued Dory. So he's great. He's kind of a panic button for if your hero has to take some undefended damage, he can soak it up. So let's put him into play with all my resources that I'm getting. I have a way to get more resources as well because I have another song that got taken away from Bob Rosael earlier, so that nets me 1 resource. So I will trigger both Love of Tales after playing that song, and I do have 3 resources to put in another Mirkwood Runner, but I want to take a peek first, so let's see what we got. Okay, it's a side quest. It's, oh boy. Okay, it's Stop the Executioners, so it's a capture 5, and then it's time 4, 6 progress, and if that time counter does go off, we have to discard all of the cards that would have been captured underneath it, and raise our threat by 3 for any character that was discarded, so that could be a threat increase of 15. Okay, I know exactly what I'm questing against, so I send enough to get us to 16 on this stage, so now we can travel to the Southern Gate. So let's travel to the Southern Gate, and when you travel there, you have to increase your threat to 35 if it is not at 35, and then each orc enemy gets +2 attack. So you definitely want to travel to the Southern Gate when you don't have a bunch of combat to handle, because it can be pretty nasty, and almost every enemy would have to come down, but this enemy is a 36. So I actually don't have to engage him, but I think I will. I mean, why not? I have plenty of ways to handle this guy. So Bob Rosael will happily defend, and he gets the same stupid shadow where I lose all my attachments again. And I actually almost died because this guy is actually attacking for 4, and Bob Rosael, I'm sorry, he's actually attacking for 5, and Bob Rosael was only defending for 4. So I actually took a damage there. I remember it in a minute. Plenty of attack to kill this guy. So, but I almost died. Rosael almost got taken out there. All right, we're going into the final turn. I'm not going to have much to do. I mean, I can replay some of these attachments, and I might as well quest against the Stop the Executions because I've already placed the 16 progress I need to win. So I'm just rebuilding up the tower underneath Bob Rosael, and yeah, we should be able to quest out of here once Hennemarth takes a peek. And we can see who we rescue at the last second. Okay, we're going to be up against a 3-threat enemy, so no big deal. We just got to make some progress, so let's just send everybody on the quest. It's plenty of willpower, especially because Treebeard can be boosted, and we are going to make the progress needed to clear the Southern Gate. We're going to stop the executions. So let's take a peek and see who I stopped from being executed. It was Denethor. Okay, so there was my 3rd hero. It was Denethor. And Heldir. Good. Saved Heldir. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that one. This is a fun quest if you want to just have an easy one where you can mess around with your deck builds and maybe rage quest against it after playing some of the more harder scenarios in this cycle. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.